Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. It's the most beautiful early autumn day here in the UK. I was going to be outside and then naturally my neighbours started using power tools again. Lovely. Every time I want to sit and record a video. So Tuesday, today in the UK, we are really feeling the energies of this powerful full moon in Pisces, which is going to be full in the early hours of Wednesday morning around 3:15. And today we're in that energy. So Luna is already in Pisces. She's working her way towards where she is going to be full towards the end of Pisces. So as she moves through today, we're going to have a real sense of things beginning to build. Now we're in eclipse season and the energy is always the portal. It's always opening the energy tone for the next 6 months. But we also have a change in eclipses as well. So we have this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. We're welcoming in the Pisces Virgo axis, where we're going to see a lot of change until 2026. But then in October we have that final Libra New Moon, which is the end of the Aries and Libra cycles. So we're in this shifting, we're having a new cycle starting, but we've also got an old cycle ending. And as we get to this full moon, Luna is going to go past Saturnia, Saturn, the crone goddess, she who insists that we have great foundations and boundaries and discipline, and will also be conjunct to Neptunia. So Neptunia is the waters that dissolve, the waters that wash away everything that has stood, no matter how long it has stood. So where Saturn is really wanting us to have boundaries, to have discernment, to have really firm foundations, Neptunia comes in to deconstruct all of that. It's a really interesting dance between the two planetary goddesses at the moment, because we're wanting to put down firm foundations, and the key overriding theme that I've really felt with this Saturn in Pisces is all about construct, dissolve, construct, dissolve. It's all been washed away, and as you're really tuning into the energy, it's really asking you to make sure that the foundations that you have been building over the past few years are really super solid, really super safe. And when we get it wrong, whenever we get it wrong, when we make a choice that isn't in line, it's washed away. We're brought back to the point where it was firm, solid foundations again. So with this watery energy of Neptunia as well coming in to dissolve, it's all about dissolving our reality as well. So Pisces is a beautiful sign. It's very much around oracular vision, oracular sight, being able to see, being able to prophesy, being able to oracle the fate of people, the fate of nations. But she's also a sign where emotions run very high, very, very watery, prone to a lot of crying, particularly at these Pisces new and full moons. I feel deeply emotional, even though, you know, I'm not a Pisces. I feel the tug and the pull of this rolling ocean of emotion. And we can really make a decision at this full moon. And for many of us who are walking the path of, and I'm going to call it the path of Ascension, who are walking and stepping into the new age, the new earth, the age of Aquarius, this is sort of the moment we have been waiting for. And not in a saviour's coming to save us, but in a moment where truths are really going to start to come to light. We've held our own truth for such a long time, but this washing away, this deconstruction is really going to show us what has been hidden for a long time, the things perhaps we have known that have been hidden for a long time. But it really feels like there's going to be a lot of revelations and a lot of unveiling as well in the collective, but also personally. There's this real feel that our personal relationships are going to shift and change in this eclipse cycle, that perhaps the veils are going to be removed so that you see the true energy of people you are working with, people that you are interacting with, both in physical space and online space. There has been and couch this very carefully, a little bit of hoodwinking going on, a little bit of presenting in one sense and form, but actually the true energy of that soul is in another form. So we're seeing that personally, and we're seeing that in the collective. So if that does arise for you, don't be angry, don't be cross, don't be sad. Let the emotion flow with you, but know it's being revealed to you for a reason. And sometimes that reason is a reason that we don't yet know, and sometimes it's an energy or a person that is super close to us as well, and suddenly we get this utter revelation about what is going on. So the start of revelations, the start of unveiling not only the mysteries for us walking this mystical path, but also unveiling the occult knowledge that has been hidden from us. But we have to remember that we have occult knowledge as well. We have magical practices. It's the intention behind the practice, the prayers, the meditation, the work that we do that affects the outcome, and also shows the true energetic signature of the person that you are. I'm trying not to talk in riddles, but I've also got to be mindful of ears that may be listening and the bots who are picking up on certain words and certain languages. So at this full moon, we also still have Plutonia in Capricorn. She is salsaing her way through this final degree of Capricorn. It's her last sojourn into it before she leaves completely for the rest of our lifetime. We do not have to experience that energy again for the next 248 years, unless, of course, you either choose to regenerate your body or you're coming back again. Soul choice. But she's really bringing in some extra change as well. I'm just checking my notes because she's really asking us to revisit, to make sure some of the changes that we have made are super secure, that we're really, really happy at. But she's riding these waves of this full moon as well. And she is literally throwing a wrecking ball through a lot of institutions, a lot of the way that we have perceived life. Keep saying this, but just watch for those thumb screws in the collective tightening. Watch for power plays. Watch for things blowing up so it can be controlled. Look for control, look for manipulation. And the most important point with Capricorn, with Pluto in Capricorn, with this full moon eclipse, and then the eclipse season, is really stay in your lane. Stay in your heart. Stay in a place of love. There's going to be a lot of rapid change, so you need to make the decision whether you are going to flow with the rapid change and just accept everything that comes. It could be that your foundations are truly shaken. It could be the way that we interact, the way that we perceive has to change. There's a lot of deep work going on. If I asked you to take a piece of clay and shape your reality, what would your reality now look like? What is the higher version of you looking like? Do you have the confidence to shape your reality, or are you going to say, oh, that's lovely, nice piece of clay, but I'm going to hang on by my fingernails to the way that my old reality looked because it's safe? Okay, so this is what we're really being asked to do, is are we hanging on to the old, gripping on, or are we moving into the new? Are we shaping our own reality in a way that we want it to be? And that will be different for us all, but can you let the old dissolve? Can you let the old disappear? You know, the quote, you know, the sign of idiocy is doing something so many times and expecting a different result. Okay, what have you been doing the same for so many years? You've expected a different result and it hasn't happened. Are you now prepared to let go? Are you now prepared to throw yourself back into this tidal wave of change and go with it? It's really asking us to reshape the way we take our life, our finances, you know, how we deal with relationships, be it romantic relationships, sexual relationships, you know, friendships, co-working. What is your perception? It's all going to change. So if you are ready to sink back, if you are ready for the storm of emotion, then stay in your lane, stay in love, be really firm and let these changes come. It feels like a really powerful and potent time. I'm aware that I am going on a little bit, but I wanted to share with you the channeling that came through today. It's all on the theme of water. And there's some kind of subtle hidden messages within it, which I am going to allow you to read into it further rather than me interpreting it. So this is from the Collective Council of Light. And they say, beloved ones, expect sweeping changes on the tidal waves that wash away and come crashing to shore. Let it do the work that needs to be done without resistance and without cause to worry. For nothing is as it seems. Once the waters have receded, all will be exposed and the ground can be cleared and firm foundations built. We speak in metaphor and literally. This full moon eclipse starts a cycle of death and rebirth, which requires you to stay strong and to be an anchor of the light. If you are prepared, then the changes flow naturally and perhaps expectedly, for you have waited patiently for these changes a while. All around you, control has tightened its iron grip. Look into your hearts now. Be with them and move away from the external chatter and sink into your own company. For some, the safety of retreat means that you are able to anchor in that which is so greatly needed. Tune away from the mundane and into the magic of all that you see. See the sparks and the glimmers dancing, no longer searching for answers and meaning and caveats to events. Detach to return to strength. For you are we and we are you. And in that, very much for me was about detaching, and detaching a lot energetically, but also detaching electronically as well. Maybe spending time to not be on our devices and to really sink into our heart. We need to get into a much healthier relationship with our devices at the moment, because we're always looking for meaning behind events. You know, something happens, we go on to a search engine of choice and we want to find out what someone's take is on all these events and why this is happening. This is where we start to drop into our hearts and use our discernment. So I think I'll leave it there for this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Just a couple of things to say. In the comments I will just drop my website. It'd be great if you can go over there and join the mailing list. I'm always conscious that when we're communicating through social media platforms, those social media platforms could disappear. So if you want to hear what I'm up to and keep in contact, then my mailing list is the best place to go. And then secondly, I am running a 6-week Starfire Leaders of the Age of Aquarius program, which is going to be super, super powerful. We are going to dive into the Age of Aquarius. We're going to dive into the way that we personally are going to become new Earth leaders. We're going to look at your North Node. We're going to look at your unique way of leading your communities. We're going to look at ethics. So how we look at communities, we watch out for bypassing, we watch out for spiritual abandonment, how we can support our communities, and also how we are going to embody our new Earth leadership going forward. So I'm really super excited about it. If you're interested, drop a comment below and I will send you with more information, or we can have a little bit of a chat about it. 6 weeks, it's going to be £397, and if you sign up before equinox, I'll put some details like that. You'll also get a North Node reading with me and a whole host of extra little bits and pieces. So enough from me today. I'm sending you so much love, and have the most beautiful full moon with whatever it brings. Receive it with love and know it's for your highest good. Take care.